99% of people don't know this. The unpleasant odor. Seniors have comes from one spot, wash it right. Hey there. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately noticed an unpleasant smell? It's something a lot of us have experienced, especially when we have elderly loved ones around. But here's the thing. Many of us assume that body odor in seniors is just part of the aging process. We think it's inevitable, something they can't control. But what if I told you that this odor, that many of us quietly associate with growing older, actually comes from just one spot? And the best part? It's something we can fix. I know, it sounds simple, right? But it's actually something that 99% of people don't know, and it's affecting our loved ones in ways we might not even realize. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly where this odor comes from, why it's more common in seniors, and most importantly, how to wash it away the right way. So if you've ever felt helpless or unsure about how to handle this delicate issue with your parents or grandparents, stick around. You'll be surprised at how simple this solution can be, and it could make a huge difference for their comfort, dignity, and well-being. Ready? Let's dive in. Part 1. The biology behind the smell. Now that we've hooked you, let's get into the science of it. Why exactly do seniors sometimes smell different, and where does that odor come from? First off, it's not something that just happens overnight. Our bodies go through a lot of changes as we age, and some of these changes can make us more susceptible to body odor. One of the biggest changes is in how our sweat works. As we get older, our sweat glands start to slow down. But here's the kicker. The sweat we do produce can be more concentrated and different in its chemical makeup. This leads to a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And guess where these bacteria love to hang out? In your armpits. You see, our armpits are home to a special kind of sweat gland called apocrine glands. These glands are much larger than the ones on other parts of our body. When they sweat, they release a thick, fatty liquid, which is like a buffet for bacteria. The bacteria break this sweat down, and that's when we get the unpleasant odor. But here's the thing. This isn't just because someone is unclean. In fact, seniors often have more difficulty cleaning themselves thoroughly, and that's where the odor can really build up. Now, we don't want to make it sound like it's something to be ashamed of. It's just biology. But when we understand why this happens, we can start to figure out how to fix it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Part 2. Why seniors are more susceptible to odor. Now, let's talk about why seniors are actually more prone to this odor than younger folks. One of the biggest reasons is decreased mobility. As people age, they might face challenges like arthritis, muscle weakness, or even mobility issues related to conditions like stroke or dementia. These challenges make it harder for seniors to wash themselves properly. The underarms, groin, and other areas that trap sweat and bacteria might not be cleaned as effectively, and that's when the odor starts to become noticeable. Medications can also play a huge role. Many older adults take medications that affect their sweat production, either increasing it or changing its composition. For example, medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or even pain management can alter how the body sweats. And when sweat changes, the bacteria that cause odors can thrive even more. Finally, let's not forget about incontinence. For many seniors, this is an ongoing challenge. If the body isn't being cleaned properly after accidents or leaks, bacteria can grow, and yes, you guessed it, that leads to odors. It's something caregivers and family members need to be aware of, especially if they're responsible for helping with hygiene. These factors don't just create a physical challenge, they also create an emotional one. And that's what we're going to tackle next, how these odors can affect seniors' confidence and well-being. Part 3. The solution. Washing it right. Okay, now for the good stuff. You're probably wondering, what can we actually do about it? I promise you, the solution is simple, and it starts with one key idea. Wash it right. But it's not just about any wash. It's about focusing on the right areas and using the right products. Here's how you do it. Gentle soap, not harsh chemicals. When it comes to washing the underarms, You don't want to use harsh soaps or products with a lot of fragrances, as they can irritate the skin. Instead, use a gentle soap with antibacterial properties. Look for something that's mild and effective at breaking down bacteria without stripping the skin of moisture. Pay extra attention to the underarms. Here's the thing. Many of us rush through our showers or skip areas that can harbor odor. But seniors, in particular, need to focus on the underarms because they're the #1 culprit for body odor. Wash thoroughly, and if your loved one has mobility issues, you might need to gently assist them. Make sure to dry the area completely after washing, because bacteria love to grow in damp spots. Don't forget the groin area and feet. It's not just about the armpits. Sweat accumulates in the groin area and between the toes as well. These areas can also lead to body odor, so it's important to give them extra attention when washing. You don't need to overdo it, but cleaning these areas thoroughly with mild soap can really help. Use antibacterial wipes or sprays for quick touch-ups. If daily showers aren't always possible, antibacterial wipes or sprays can be a good option for quick touch-ups. These can help target the underarms and other odor-prone areas without the need for a full bath. Hydration and moisturizing. Skin can get drier as we age, so it's important to keep the skin moisturized. Dry skin can crack, allowing bacteria to enter more easily. After washing, apply a gentle, unscented moisturizer to keep the skin healthy and hydrated. This can also help prevent irritation from frequent washing. Part 4. The emotional and social impact of odor. Now, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about the science and the solution, but there's something deeper we need to touch on. The emotional and social impact of body odor on seniors. If you've ever been around a senior who is self-conscious about their hygiene, you know how much this can affect their confidence. Seniors can feel isolated or embarrassed when they notice that they're starting to smell different. It's easy to forget, but odor can be deeply tied to how someone feels about themselves. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good. For many seniors, their independence is important. They don't want to feel like a burden or like they're losing control over their own bodies. So, when odors start to build up, it can feel like another thing they can't control. But this is where you, as a family member or caregiver, come in. By helping them maintain their hygiene and dignity, you're showing them that they still have control over how they feel and how they're perceived. Part 5. The role of family and caregivers. If you're a caregiver, whether professionally or as a family member, I know it can feel daunting to address sensitive issues like body odor. But I want to remind you of something important. The way you approach this issue can make all the difference in how the senior in your care feels. First, be gentle. No one wants to feel like they're being told they're dirty or inadequate. Approach the topic with kindness and empathy. If they're having trouble washing themselves, offer assistance in a way that maintains their dignity. Maybe it's just a gentle reminder to take an extra few minutes in the shower, or maybe it's helping them reach areas they can't quite get to. It's all about preserving their comfort and self-respect. Part 6. A holistic approach to senior care. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. Good hygiene is only one part of a holistic approach to senior care. The goal isn't just to reduce body odor, it's about improving their overall quality of life. Diet plays a huge role. Foods high in sugar or spicy foods can actually affect body odor. Encourage a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and plenty of water. Hydration is key. Dehydrated skin not only looks dry but can also exacerbate odors. Regular physical activity is another big one. Even light exercise can improve circulation, which in turn helps the body eliminate toxins more efficiently. And of course, regular checkups with healthcare professionals can help keep track of any conditions that might be contributing to the issue. Conclusion. And that's it. You've got the facts, the solutions, and a little more understanding about what's really going on when it comes to body odor in seniors. I hope you now see that it's not something they have to just live with. It's actually manageable with a few simple steps. It's not about avoiding the issue or feeling embarrassed. It's about taking action with kindness, patience, and care. I know from personal experience that dealing with sensitive topics like hygiene can be uncomfortable. But trust me, your loved ones don't want to be treated as if they're incapable. They want to feel empowered, respected, and most of all, loved. By learning how to address these issues with a compassionate approach, you're doing so much more than just improving their hygiene. You're enhancing their confidence and preserving their dignity. Remember, even small changes, like making sure the underarms and other key areas are cleaned properly, can make a world of difference. When you step in to help, you're showing them that they're not alone in this journey. You're ensuring that they can keep their independence, comfort, and yes, even their self-esteem intact. If you're a caregiver, family member, or just someone who cares for an elderly person in your life, keep being there for them with love and understanding. Don't be afraid to have those important, sometimes uncomfortable conversations. They're worth having, and your loved ones will thank you in ways you might not even realize. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'd also love to hear from you. Do you have any tips or personal experiences on this topic? Drop them in the comments below and let's continue this important conversation. Take care of yourselves and those you love. Until next time, remember, a little care goes a long way.